I'm Jen, and today I'm going to take you through a tapping session to clear out your ancestral pain. Often at times we don't realize that the problems that we face are the same problems that our parents faced and their parents faced. Often we take on our own issues and we really blame ourselves and are really hard on ourselves when actually we're just mirroring imprints that our parents taught us, or fears or habits that have been passed down through the family line. Between the ages of 0 and 6, we are in a semi-hypnotic state. So what that means is our brain is like goo, and anything that we see happen around us, especially the people that brought us up, we see how they behave and we start to imprint that into our brain tissue, which wires our brain to have similar traits. Also, we have our DNA, which gets passed down through the generations as well. And they've actually shown that if there was a specific traumatic event that happened somewhere in your family line, that there will be a marking on your DNA from that traumatic emotional event. And so that imprints your DNA, and you are often responding to fear-based systems that are actually happened way before you were even born, but now it's in your cells. So today we have a really deep session where we get to heal not only our own pain, but we get to recognize that as we heal our own pain, we're healing it for our ancestors and we're healing it for the future generations. So that's why it's super powerful. Thank you for going deep with me today. And the way that we're going to start is we just simply close our eyes together and tune into a specific challenge that is arising for you right here, right now in your life today. So as you tune into that, perhaps there's a relationship conflict, perhaps there's something to do with money or your own power or your own self-love. It might be a communication breakdown. It might be a habit that you have. Anything that's been coming up for you in your life that's been a bit of a struggle. So as you tune into that, I want you just to start massaging underneath the collarbone and feel into the emotional substance, the content of the emotion that comes up when you have that struggle. Because emotion is so powerful, it really can take over your being. So as you tune into that emotion, take a big deep breath, release a big sigh. And then tapping the center of the chest, I'm going to take you through a short call and response. You'll repeat after me, and if the word isn't completely accurate, just change the word to match what you are actually feeling. Okay? So as we do that, I'll lead you into healing the ancestral imprints that are tied to it as well. Beautiful. I've been feeling really. Tell me what's been happening for you on an emotional level around this challenge. Tapping between the brows. I've been feeling really. Tell me again. Tapping the temples. About, and just tell me what it is for you right now. What's been happening? And that's been a struggle. Tapping underneath the nose, and that struggle makes me feel. What are the top 3 most limiting emotions? Fear, sadness, scared, anger, resentment, bitterness, loneliness, hopelessness. What's some of those feelings that are coming up as a result of it? Tapping underneath the lips, it's been making me feel. Tell me what it is. And I don't know what to do about it. Tapping the center of the chest. Part of it makes me reactive because I'm scared. And then just tune into that reactive pattern that comes up when that's triggered for you. What do you do? Is there a habit? Do you go have a beer? Do you start scrolling through Facebook? Do you get angry? Do you get defensive? Do you shrink and hide? What do you do when that gets triggered? Tapping the front of the ribs. I start to, tell me what you start to do. Tapping the side of the ribs, and that makes me feel. What does that make you feel when you do that? Tapping the side of the wrist, and I don't know how to get past this. So just tune into that cycle there. And just tune into your life and how many times you've repeated that same cycle, perhaps in different situations or in different types of relationships, but that same cycle has been there. Tapping the side of the thumb. And just close your eyes and tune into that cycle right now. Tune into how that cycle feels. Tune into all the relationships and all the situations where that has been repeating over and over and over again. Tapping the next finger and how that repeated pattern makes you feel helpless or protective or insecure. And then just lean into it. Feel it in your body because it's in your body. The emotions live in the body too. What is the texture in your body? Is it heavy? Is it prickly? Is it oozing, festering? What's the texture of it? It feels like, just describe what it feels like in your body. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. It feels like, tell me what it feels like. And that's really uncomfortable. And just lean into that feeling right now. Feel it for every time you've ever felt it. Let yourself be with it right now. And take a big, deep breath. Release a big sigh. Good. Tapping the little finger. I've been feeling, tell me what you've been feeling again, for a long time. Tapping the side of the hand. This has been repeating through my life. And who else in your family, in your early childhood life, had a similar pattern, a similar way of dealing with that type of struggle, a similar reactive pattern, a similar perception, a similar emotional pattern? It reminds me of and that's what I don't like about them, right? Usually that same pattern that we have, if someone gave it to us, we didn't like it when they did it, and now we're doing it, right? So just tune into you and tune into them and tune into how they showed you that and how you've been doing that in the same way that they've been doing that. And you've just been trying to get by in the same way they were just trying to get by. And that it's been hard for you in the same way it was hard for them. Tapping the top of the head. It's been really hard. It's been really hard. Tune into the struggle. Tune into the energy that you've been carrying with you. All the thoughts that come along with it. And just tell me of a situation of when you first saw them embodying that. It reminds me of, tell me what you remember when you saw them embodying that. It reminds me of your earliest memory of seeing them do that. Tapping between the brows. And that made me feel what? What did it make you feel when you saw them doing that? Tapping the temples. And I've been feeling that way about that pattern a long time. Tapping the cheeks. Ever since I saw them do what or say what or act in what way. And I just want you to feel right now into your response that happened as a child, or that earlier memory when you saw them do that. And then I want you to see them as if you're watching them from above, like an angel, watching the whole situation. tapping underneath the nose. And I want you just to see what happened to them that made them behave that way, which is probably the same thing that they did or said to you that someone said or did to them. And that got passed on to them, and now it got passed on to you. And then just feel your againstness to it, your resistance to it, your struggle with it. Feel that right now. Let yourself feel it. Let's be honest with it. And then feel it for them. Feel their struggle with it. Feel their againstness with it. And then feel the person that gave it to them as well. So we're going back three lines now. And feel that person, even if you don't know who it was, perhaps it was a grandparent or someone else in their family that gave it to them. And just imagine all three of you right now struggling, pushing up against, feeling helpless, not knowing how to get through, feeling scared, getting defensive, all of that stuff that happens, and all the emotion that comes up as a result of it, and how that feels heavy in the body, and how you feel trapped, all of that. I want you to feel it for everyone right now. And this is how we clear it for the whole lineage. Tapping underneath the nose. Let yourself feel so uncomfortable as if you're intensifying it by 3. You're intensifying it for yourself, for them, and for the person that gave it to them. And just feel it for everyone right now. So uncomfortable that everyone has had to deal with this. And everyone has been so awkward and uncomfortable with it. And everyone hasn't known how to get out of it. And it just keeps repeating generation after generation. And just lean into all of that uncomfort right now. Feel the texture of it in your body. Intensify the uncomfortability by 50%. Intensify it by 75%. Really let it be uncomfortable just for a moment so we can move it through the body. And then intensify it by 100%. And then just take a big, long, full breath into the whole body and release a big sigh. Beautiful. Tapping the center of the chest. I forgive myself for carrying this with me. Tapping the front of the ribs. And I'm forgiving who? Tell me who gave it to you. For carrying it with them. And I'm forgiving who, and who gave it to that person. And who would you imagine, even if you don't know, who could it have been along the line? Because it came from somewhere, right? And it doesn't make it right what happened. But I want to let go of the struggle now. Tapping the side of the ribs. I'm ready to let go of the struggle. And I'm doing it for all of my past ancestors, right here, right now. This pattern stops here. Tapping the side of the wrist. This habit stops here. And tell me what the habit is, what you're clearing out right now for everyone. And as you feel everyone right there with you, as if you're processing it for the whole crew, what did you need back then that would have supported you? Did you need a hug? Did you need a helping hand? Did you need encouragement? Did you need forgiveness? Did you just need a smile? Did you need to be taken to safety? What did you need? Because I bet whatever you needed was exactly what they needed too. I really needed, tell me what it is. Tapping the side of the thumb, I needed, tell me again. Tapping the next finger, and I'm ready to receive it now for everyone. Take a big deep breath in. Imagine yourself receiving whatever it was that you needed. Take a big deep breath. And as you're there, still feeling it for everyone, whatever is remaining there, let it surface. Any excuses, any final pieces, and as you sit there right now with it, imagine your future self that has healed this completely, that's embodying their power, their love, their strength, their compassion, their ease, their grace. Imagine your higher self coming back through that timeline right now, tapping the middle finger. And see your higher self come into that earlier memory of that struggle. And see them rush in and pick you up and love you so hard, so deep, giving you all of that love and encouragement right now that you've got this, that you're worthy of love and that you're capable. And feel all of that love hold you in the arms of depth right now. Feel all of that coming in. And then take a big, deep breath into receiving that love. Let yourself soften into it. Tapping the opposite side of the next finger. I'm receiving that love now from my future self. And just see your future self looking at you in the eyes right now. And what do they want to say to you? What is their message? What's the message from the future self who's already healed this? The message is, tell me what it is. Tapping the little finger. The message is, tell me again. Oh, that feels so good. Tapping the side of the hand. The message is, tell me again. And feel what it feels like to really let that sink in, that that message is real because your future self gave it to you. And then as you feel that sink into your being, that truth, that wisdom, that love, that understanding, imagine yourself giving that wave of compassion and understanding and wisdom and grace back to the past now. Anything that's been hanging in the past, feel into the past and imagine it just receiving that love right now. And take a big, deep breath, release a big sigh. Beautiful. And then just imagine all of the past being blessed by that love and feel it lighting up the past timeline. And feel the past timeline lighting up and shooting energy forward in the timeline now. Because they're so grateful to receive the relief, the forgiveness, the ease, the grace, that there becomes more energy to flow through the timeline. And feel all of that energy energizing every person, every grandpa, grandma, mother, son, daughter, child down that line. And feel everyone in the future generations being awakened by the ease and the grace and the relaxation of all the love from the past now. And take a big, deep breath into that. And then just resting your eyes, placing one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest. And just having a gentle smile right now. Knowing that you are so blessed. You are blessed from the past. You are blessed from the future. And you are receiving it right here, right now, in the present moment. And feel that expand your being. And tune into any challenges that you were faced with. And imagine that expansion moving through that challenge right now. Feel the light touching it all, resolving it effortlessly. No more challenges, nothing but harmony and light. Take a deep breath in. Thank you so much for going on this deep and powerful journey with me to really heal and bring love to that ancestral line, and to know that as we bring healing and forgiveness to the past, we energize the present and the future, and we change it for humanity. Thank you for being a part of this with me. These short and sweet taps are a total gift. This is such deep, powerful work that we get to do for ourselves and the future of humanity. It is a deep honor to share this practice with you. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What did you discover? What came out in this tapping session? And what are you now choosing for the future generations? Let us know. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.